morning, Year 8. So we've only got one more week of multicultural poetry left. It's gone so quickly. I feel like I've spoken to myself a lot during this lockdown. But anyway, so we've got a couple more poems to get through. So first of all, I've put some images on the board and I want you to think about how do these images make you feel, and can you write a list of adjectives you would use to describe the images? So our poem today is a little bit different and there's some key vocabulary that I wanted to share with you before we start having a look at the poem. So can you make sure that you copy these down to your book for me? So decomposition means something rotting or decaying. Bombay is a city in India. Compose is having your feelings or emotions under control, so composed or composure. And bemuse is to be confused, okay? Hopefully, now that you've got that terminology in your books and that you've listened to it and you understand what it means, that'll help you to help you to understand the poem that we're going to look at today. So this is today's poem. I'm going to leave you to have a read through it on your own. And I just want you to think back to the do now task, and I want you to think about how this poem might link to our do now task today. And think about the adjectives that you came up with and how you might link those to today's poem. So now I want you to have a think about, what is the poem Decomposition about, do you think? So what is the poem about? Is there anything key happening in it that you think the poem is set to kind of, emphasize or make people think about in a bit more depth? Or is it a really straightforward story? Have a think about what this poem is about. So today's task is a little bit different. Rather than us going down the writing pathway, I've decided that we're going to do a little bit of an artistic impression today. So based on what you read in the poem, I'd like you to come up with an image that you think presents this image of Bombay that the poet is trying to create in our minds. So I want you to draw the image as you imagine it based on what the poet says, okay? Again, I'm always really interested to see these, so please do send them over to me, and there's a show my homework quiz for when you're finished.